Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Camper Christina Cooks. I am here on the beautiful Tim Lake in Algonquin Park today. It's absolutely gorgeous out. I've got this nice site on a hill. There's a breeze coming through, so the bugs aren't too bad. But when it dies off, the deer flies are just all over you. I've got a couple black fly bites already, so I've got my bug shirt on. And I'm gonna make up some dinner here. So what I decided to do today was make something super plain and simple. I had a migraine yesterday and my head's a little funky. I'm actually, where the camera is, I'm staring right into the sun. This will probably help. Staring right into the sun, and so the bright light is kind of messing with me. Anyways, so I have some angel hair pasta. I just brought 2 nests and a little bit right there. And gonna boil this, obviously, cook it. I also brought some oil. This is my emergency, I'm gonna catch a fish, cook some oil. I didn't fill it up. I used some of it for my last trip, and I didn't decide to come camping until late last night, so I just kind of threw a bunch of stuff in the bag, and I figured that would be enough. I have some butter. I'm not sure if I'm gonna use that. I have some prosciutto, probably about 4 slices. And I have some green onions from the garden. And I also have some dehydrated mushrooms, a couple of leaves of basil, which smells so amazing, and some cherry tomatoes. So I'm going to mix that all together and make something delicious. Really good. First piece to the hostess. This all breaks apart when I go to cook it. It's kind of all stuck together right now. And it doesn't seem like that much. But while I was doing that, I quickly put the mushrooms in some water. There's some green onion, asparagus. A little bit of asparagus and mushroom in here. It's mostly mushroom, but I guess I mixed them together when I made them, so I didn't pick them apart. I just left it. So we've got prosciutto, basil, green onion, tomatoes, mushrooms, and a little bit of asparagus unintentionally. My noodles. I'm missing one key ingredient, garlic, and some more salt too. Let's get the water boiling and get the pasta cooking, and then everything shouldn't take long after that. This is my view of what I'm looking at while I'm making my dinner tonight. It's quite pretty. I want to hurry up so I can get out there for sunset. And I'm going to go into the creek, hopefully see a moose. So you don't want to use too much water because you have to get rid of the water somehow. I usually walk way far away from camp and I'll dig a hole and just bury it. First I'll make sure that there's no food bits in it by straining it, and as long as that's okay, then I just kind of dump it like in a hole far away from my camp. I think that's enough. These noodles don't require a lot of water. I actually think it might be too much water. I'm gonna pour a little bit out. Maybe a tiny bit more. There we go. Okay. This isn't the most even location, but I didn't feel like sitting on the ground today, so I'm just gonna be here. Hopefully this doesn't fall over. It's not teetery, it's just crooked, so should be good. Alright, so I've got these angel hair noodles. I cook with these a lot when I'm out in the backcountry. These are great for trips where, weight is an issue. Not like today, but I just had this in the closet, and again, I threw this together real quick. I find that 2.5 of these nests is just enough to make a nice plate full of pasta for me, and they cook really fast. So this water is already starting to boil. It's only about maybe that much in there. It's not a ton. And I'm just gonna put these in here. quite yet. I'm trying to be fancy and film while I'm only using one hand to do this, and it's kind of risky because the pot isn't really super even, so. Anyways, I'm sure you've seen pasta cook. See how little water there is? I'm just going to turn it down to simmer and reduce it until most of that water is gone. And then we're going to cook up the rest of the dish. Okay, so the pasta's pretty much cooked. Instead of just getting the noodles all gummy, I think I'm just going to drain the water. Yeah, there's not that much in there, so that's pretty good. Okay. I'm going to get my pan here, get it set up, and put a little bit of olive oil in here. And I also have to strain this somehow. Oh geez, that's really nice. I think I want to use that. I went to pour it in there and there's like this beautiful brown water. It's probably like mushroom flavored. I bet you would add a lot of flavor to the pasta, so I'm going to pour it in there with the oil. The water, I mean. I know water and oil don't mix, but you have to do that before you turn it on, otherwise you could have a fire. A little fizz popple there. It's the water in there. It doesn't like, they don't like each other very much, right? Turn it right down. I'm going to put the basil and the onions in here. Get some nice flavored oil. Alright, so we got the basil in there with the oil and the juice from the mushrooms, and it's just simmering there, making a lovely smelling sauce. I wish there was smell-o-vision because this smells so good. I wish you could smell it. Let's mix it up a little bit. So most of the water has reduced out. Now it's just lovely tasting basil onion oil. It smells wonderful. If it tastes half as good as it smells, oh, it's going to be wonderful. Okay, I think I'm just going to mix in the rest of the stuff with the pasta in and eat. It's not really a difficult thing to make, so put the prosciutto in. Hopefully the oil separates it a bit. I think I'll wait for the tomatoes just a few more minutes. I don't want them to get too soggy, I just want them to get lightly cooked. Okay, clean off the plate now, and I'm going to eat off it, so just one dish. Okay, that's all been in there for maybe about 2 or 3 minutes now. And I think it's pretty good. I don't really have to do much to it. It's not like anything's not cooked. I'm going to find my garlic, as you know I do. So all that's in here right now is basil and onion, right? No seasoning. I'm just going to pour it in the cap because the other day I went and a big blob went out and I couldn't get it off, so. Let's save a little, put on the pasta after too. Probably don't need much salt because there's prosciutto in it and it's pretty salty all on its own. So let's get the pasta. She made quite a bit. Maybe too much for me. I get every one of them. Okay. Hopefully the oil will loosen up the pasta because it's kind of stuck together right now. Oh my goodness. They're just biting my ankles like crazy right now. That's pretty much it. I'm just going to try to toss it a little bit more. It's starting to stick to the bottom, so need to get it off the heat. Just put that down there. Oh, these bugs, they're getting me good. Alright, so there it is. Full of lots of goodness. I think it's going to be tasty. This on my lap. There we go. Let's see how it is. I haven't even tasted it yet. I've never tried this before. I never made this before, so pretty interested to see how it is. Bon appetit. It's really tasty. The tomatoes give it a nice pop. Oh, it's very nice. Nice flavoring with the mushroom. I can taste the mushroom juice, and the prosciutto's wonderful in here. And a hint of basil. Actually, the mushroom's really good. I wish I would have had more of them. I just grabbed a few and last minute. Really good. Alright, well, I'm going to go eat, so thanks for watching another edition of Camper Christina Cooks. I hope you enjoyed the show, the video, and if you give this a try, let me know how it goes. Okay? See ya. That was so good, I ate it all.